Thank you.
Last but not least, Jarrod McKee. And Heather, could you wave? You're a big, strong force behind Jarrod as well. Jarrod is a financial advisor at the Investment Center at Crossroads Bank in Wabash, Indiana. He continues to amaze us. Jarrod and his wife, Heather, came out of the gates fighting for a cure as soon as they learned about cystic fibrosis. This proud Wabash, Indiana native has already raised over $16,000 in his first year of fundraising in the Northeast Indiana area. But I will let him tell you more about his personal connection to the cause. Thank you, Jarrod, and I'm going to leave you up here to tell them.
Get out my cheat sheet. I'm going to repeat them a little bit and just thank everybody, especially the finest that have been recognized, because that money being raised directly affects my family. Along with all the sponsors and each of you individuals for attending, it means more than the world to me, because ultimately it gives my family hope. Because hope is exactly what we needed almost exactly a year ago today. On November 6th of last year, Carson McKee was born. And his one-week routine checkup turned out to be anything but routine. We were informed that he was born with a rare genetic disease, cystic fibrosis. He carries 2 copies of the Delta F508, which is the most common mutation, meaning he received one from my wife and one from me. Of course, we were terrified, scared, a lot of tears that we can joke about a lot of the things that we said at that time. But being told as a father that my son was born statistically with a life expectancy of only 40 was not going to be good enough for me, my wife, and what I turned out, my whole entire community. A normal day for us is anything but normal, but we've adapted. We've adapted to the early morning treatments, the up to 20 pills a day with any snack or meal, and cutting playtime short so that we can get one last of treatments in. But everything about him is completely normal. He's funny, he's cute, he's a charmer and a ham, but lately a screamer. But that's good for his lungs. But on the outside, he's just like you and I. But on the inside, it's a completely different story. Just a simple cough gets our attention because we fear the day that he does catch a bug. And we fear the day that he has a 10 to 14 day minimum stay at the hospital. But along this journey that's been extremely emotional, scary, we've met some amazing people along the way. Our CF care team, doctors, pharmacists, the slew of people we have to meet with at the visits have become an extension of our family. We actually look forward to going. So we kind of got disappointed when they said you're only going to come every quarter for an appointment instead of every couple months. The Indiana Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, so as we call them the girls, Jen heads, they fight for our son and all the other kids as if they were their own. And then the parents and families that we continue to meet only inspire us to do more. I see Liz and Bruce, Matt and Josh, and that was one of the first phone calls I made when we learned that our son had cystic fibrosis, because their son Matt, as they just made note, was born with CF, and they actually lived 10 minutes away, went to the same high school as me. Never knew Matt had CF. I mean, he played football, did a lot of great things, excelling at all of them. And look at what they've done in the past 26-ish years or so, and has put my family and Carson in an extremely good place and situation. We feel we have that same responsibility to do so. But it also gives us that hope and optimism that we greatly need. And when I was thinking about what I was going to say tonight, I have this little, what I call CF shrine in the corner of my office. It's got a picture of my family, a CF statistic, a picture of a boy named Dean that has CF that greatly touched me last summer. And then a quote that I live by, and it reads, "Time is the most valuable commodity out there. It's the one thing you can never buy or ever buy back." And when I thought about it, and I was just sitting there thinking, what am I going to say tonight, not cry? I thought, that quote is so not true, because the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation has totally trumped that quote. all the fundraising, all the awareness we've been able to raise for an orphan disease has greatly increased life expectancy. In the 1950s or 60s, if my son was born, he was not going to make it to grade school. And now, at 40, and only continue to increase every single year with research and development, we expect him to have the same opportunity as all of us in this room. He's still going to be valedictorian in his class. He's going to sign a multi-million-dollar NBA contract. And even though, as parents, we're each 50% responsible for our son having cystic fibrosis, we're 100% dedicated and determined to find that cure for cystic fibrosis for our son and the countless others out there battling this disease. But we know we can't do it alone. We need the help and continued support of each and every single one of you. Because the army of people that continue to raise money and raise awareness only sparks us and continues to get more on board. And I can't thank each and every one of you enough for giving my family that hope.
When you get what you want, but not what you need.